Brian Pierce of the Pierce Brothers. Welcome to another episode. We appreciate you joining us. A couple of months ago, we did a video on the Ruger Blackhawk 357, the original flat top version, as it's called, and that evolved, of course, into the what's commonly known as the 3-screw model. And then that gun was discontinued in 1973. And Ruger came out with a new model at that time. All new model 357s at that point were built on the 44 frame. So we kind of lost a little bit. They were a bigger, clunkier gun than they needed to be. And they sold well and stuff, but there was a lot of people that really missed the smaller frame, myself included. In 2005, they came out with the 50th anniversary Blackhawk 357, and many of us were very glad to see them come back with the flat top version. It's handsome, it's traditional looking, it's cleaner looking, and they've kept it in line. They've done it in Bisley models, and they've added other calibers like in addition to 357 and 9mm convertibles, they've done 44 Special and 45 Colt, dual cylinder, 45 ACP, and so forth. They've done very well with it. And when we did this video a couple months ago, I said there was a new caliber coming for that frame size, and we're here to announce it today. It's going to be, of course, it'll come out in some additional variations, but we're very happy to announce that Ruger's going to do that in a 41 Magnum. That's a real match in heaven. It's the small frame. It's the first time they've done the 41 Magnum on the small frame. It's always been built on the large frame. So even the old model 3-screws, they were on the 44 frame. Here's a Bisley 41 Magnum that's on the 44 frame again. And it's recognizable by, of course, the ears on it and so forth that give support to the adjustable rear sight. But the flat top is a smaller cylinder, smaller frame. I can't speak for certain, but pretty sure this will come out in a standard single action grip frame as well. But this gun, I've shot it. It shoots very well. It's very comfortable to shoot. There's a few things to know about it, though, is that the large frame 41s have been very popular to shoot with heavy, long bullets. In fact, like the Keith bullet. Lyman offered it, so did Hensley and Gibbs. It has an overall length that works in the larger cylinder, but it does not work in this new cylinder. In other words, the bullet protrudes to an overall length that's longer than industry or SAMI specifications. And so if you slip it in the chamber, and I'll show some better pictures of this, basically the end of the bullet comes out the end of the cylinder. So we have companies like Buffalo Bore that offer some loads that work in this, others do not. The LFN's long flat nose and the Keith style bullets will not work in it. So something to be aware of. The 41 Magnum is actually a really good cartridge. It's kind of the stepchild because the 357 has been extremely popular for a long time. It's been offered in a huge variety of guns. The 44 Magnum, of course, it has the name. It's got the name for power. It sounds cool, 44 Magnum. It had a lot going for it, but the 41 Mag kind of was sandwiched in between. But nonetheless, it's an outstanding caliber. And it performs closer to the 44 Magnum than the 357 Magnum. Typically, it can drive a 210 grain jacketed bullet in the 1300. Hand loaders can get another 100 feet a second out of that quite easily generally. So 1400 is very common. It's a very accurate cartridge, but it's just enough reduced recoil of the 44 Mag. Most people actually shoot them better. They're not worried about flinching so much and so forth. But this gun, I've shot it a little bit with a variety of loads. I'm doing some preliminary testing and work on it. Buffalo Bore offers a couple of very interesting loads for it. One is that was not open. One's the 180 Barnes X. And it's cold out here. My fingers aren't working the best. And he also does what he calls a Keith bullet. It's not a true Keith bullet, but it's got the correct length for this, correct overall length for this cylinder of this new flat top. Which the flat top's a handsome gun. It's fluted cylinder, whereas the Bisley in 41s that have been offered on and off for a while are not fluted. It's a bit heavier, smaller. The smaller frame has the advantage also in a little lower profile with the bore, the axis of the bore, so a little less leverage and recoil. But the 41 mag's actually a wonderful cartridge. It very good for hunting and whatever. I think Lipsey's is going to find they do very well with this gun, especially if they bring it out in blue finish. A lot of people like traditional blue finish and the standard Blackhawk grip frame as well. It'll shave, a little more weight off of it for backpackers or carrying it for protection, or just need a powerful revolver that's a little lighter. So yeah, great news from Ruger. 41 mag on the 357 flat top size frame. That's an exciting combination. So we'll take a couple of shots just for fun, and let me slip in my ears. And this should be available by second week of December, which is when we'll release this video, by the way. And then we'll take any standard SAMI pressure load. I've been impressed with Ruger's quality the last few years. They've been putting some effort into some changes, and well, you can think I'm all thumbs today. It's cold out here, so well, let's see what it does. Works flawless. I checked the range on this gun. Chambers range perfectly. I really don't have any issues with it. It's a little heavy on the trigger right out of the box, but it works well. Very nice gun. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on the Pierce Brothers.